The Suicide Squad, the latest film from DC Comics, written and directed by James Gunn. Does this film live up to the hype? Is it a hit for DC? Or are we in 2016 all over again? Right off the bat, I just want to let everyone know this is my initial reaction. This is going to be a non-spoiler review. I plan on doing a spoiler review later on in the weekend when more people have had a chance to see the film. But right off the bat, I just want to say, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. This is a home run for both DC Comics and James Gunn. His aesthetic fits so perfectly with this franchise. It's crazy. And you want to know what? I absolutely love when comic book fans make comic book movies, because this to me felt like John Ostrander's run on the Suicide Squad. Hell, Ostrander even makes a cameo appearance in the movie. He's the doctor who puts the bomb in Savant's neck in the beginning of the film. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time comparing 2016 Suicide Squad and The Suicide Squad, because they're really two different films. This film is essentially a mulligan, a do-over, a soft reboot. There are some connective branches there, but not really enough that you can enjoy this film by not seeing the other one. This is basically its own story, and I love that about this film. It's also a lot more aesthetically pleasing to me than the 2016 version. That version took itself extremely seriously. There's a dark, gritty, grungy look to it. This is a lot more fun. There's a lot more humor, a lot more color. Everything's a little bit more fast-paced, and it feels more in line with what the Suicide Squad is supposed to be to me. One of the things I really love is the movie is broken up basically into chapters, like essentially you're reading a run of a comic book series. Like you're reading an issue by issue by issue. James Gunn is the perfect choice to make this movie. I mean, he takes these really obscure, damaged people and makes you love them through the course of 2 hours in a way that you didn't think was possible with characters like Polka Dot Man or Ratcatcher 2. And there's almost a sense of freedom to this movie. Like he's using a lot of smaller, like Z-tier characters in this film, and it gives him the freedom to do basically whatever he wants with them, because it's not a Superman or a Batman or a Deathstroke. Characters that have this mainstream popularity that everyone knows their story and what they're supposed to be. These are characters that no one knows about outside the hardcore comic book fans, so he could really do whatever he wants with them, and he uses that to his advantage in this film. I mean, there are some drawbacks. It's a little bit too long for my taste. Personally, I think it could have done without about 15 minutes. We could have cut the runtime a little bit. The twists aren't really that surprising. I mean, if you're familiar with this franchise and you saw any of the trailers, you can kind of figure out what was going to happen. And you're looking at these things and you're like, I think I've seen that before a lot of the times when it comes to the twists. But outside of that, like, the characters themselves are awesome. Like, Idris Elba as Bloodsport, great. Ratcatcher 2, Polka Dot Man, and King Shark, really fun characters. Ratcatcher 2 is essentially the heart of the film. You have characters that I personally love, like Captain Boomerang. Jai Courtney is, again, great in the role. I will say the returning characters are even better than they were in the previous film. Joel Kinnaman is a lot more of an everyman as Rick Flag in this film. Margot Robbie absolutely nails Harley Quinn this time. This is the quintessential version of Harley Quinn. She is psychotic to the point where she makes you realize it in this movie. You're like, oh wait, yeah, she's a crazy person. Viola Davis crushes the role of Amanda Waller. She is perfectly cast. She brings this layer of terror and presence to Amanda Waller. When she walks into a room, you feel it. And you are scared of this woman, even though she is not physically imposing. John Cena, how could I forget John Cena? Between Fast 9, his return to WWE, and this, 2021 is the year of John Cena. Plus, he has the Peacemaker series that is coming to HBO Max. He really is wonderful as Peacemaker. He has a great sense of humor, great timing, and the fact that he's so comfortable making fun of himself in this film makes me enjoy the character just that much more. Overall, this film is an extremely fun time. Is this going to live on in the hearts of comic book fans? That's yet to be determined. I can't really rank it amongst other DCEU movies at the moment. I will do that eventually. This is a fun time. And that's really what you want from a Suicide Squad movie. You want to go in there, you want to see gore and violence and humor, and you want to have fun. And you will have fun watching this movie. So I absolutely recommend you go out and you see The Suicide Squad. It is a great time. Make sure to give the video a like and leave a comment down below and tell me who your favorite member of the Suicide Squad was. I want to know. Until next time, guys. Catch you later.